it would be very fun. You try to deduce the draft with us because this is gonna be the first. Well, we did play a simulation game, testing out the draft was trash.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
That was,
It's totally not in pro play. It's not well thought out.
Yeah.
But here on the level, this is gonna be our first time
First ever.
seeing the 10-band system work in an MPL environment, and I think it would be very, very nice to really have like a little prediction game on the draft.
You can do that, guys. You can do that. You can comment whatever you think is going to be banned
the
out.
next one
What's
to be
gonna
banned
be the
out. What will be the
top picks?
openers? Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. I want to mention the 10-band setup, by the way. The sequencing for the 10-band setup. So we will have two banning phase still, right? One for each. But the first rollout of bands would be 3.
That's right.
Not M or 2 for
Three.
2. First 3. So that would be a
It used to
total of 6.
2-1. Now it's 3-2.
3-2. So what we will have is 6 bands, right?
Yes.
Then we'll have the picks roll in, and again another ban. First 3 picks per team, no? Then
First
another
3
ban.
picks.
We will have 2 bans each. Then we will have the final 2 picks again for the teams. It's kind of easy to understand.
Quite easy, actually. If you think about it, it's just almost like the normal bans in ranked games.
Yes.
You just add one more to the first phase, and you add one more to the second phase.
Yes.
That's all all there is to it, and
Yes.
a lot of that is going to come into play
Yeah.
on the first 3, because that's basically the whole.
Actually, we can start theory crafting on that part. You know what?
That's a good
there will be an early priority on carries, in my opinion.
I think so, because
Because
that's
no more saving your carries.
absolutely.
Actually.
Because usually you would see that, right? Last pick would be your primary core.
Yeah.
And then you have to, you usually draft out your
Yeah.
supports first.
Actually, we're seeing carries on second cycle of picks, you know.
Most of
First
it,
pick,
yeah.
then second cycle. But I kind of feel that no more of those days that we'll be seeing carries by the fourth pick.
No,
fifth pick,
not
something like that.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you know what? Our screens are changing. That's
No
a little
problem.
bit of a signal
No worry
that
about
we
it.
might get into the draft
Yeah.
soon. So hope you guys are ready for this. And here we go,
Here we
man.
go. Here we go.
History is in
Here
the
we go.
making.
Atlas, Yuzong, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot but feel that we'll have the Uranus be removed as well.
Yep.
But with the Yuzong ban here on the side of Omega, I think Brent should be banning the YSS.
Yeah, YSS is
Yes.
definitely one of those heroes that is a big pain to deal with.
But look at this. I forgot. Sorry for that. They don't need to ban the YSS. They get the first pick. They get the first pick advantage here.
Right.
So
exactly.
that might be it. Brand
Are they
Esports
gonna
might be
risk it?
eyeing for on showing the YSS early.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, you get the Yuzong ban already. You
Yeah,
get the
one of
Yuzong
those,
already removed. Yeah,
one
right.
of those counters to the Yuzong is
Yes.
because if the YSS can't disengage on the first try, you're
Yeah.
gonna go down.
Unless Brand Esports has a different first priority pick. That's the thing. If Brand Esports doesn't ban the YSS, then and doesn't prioritize picking the YSS, that would be an easy pick as well for Omega.
Yep, and absolutely, like you mentioned, one of the top tier supports.
Yeah.
I would say Class S
Yeah.
support is gonna be Selena.
Yeah.
Banned out already.
Look at that. I think they're targeting Heath here. And now Brand Esports doesn't want to deal with. We're talking about this like the two best
talked
supports
about
leading to
it.
the game.
Yeah,
We
we
got
talked about
Farsa,
it.
we got Selena. Now let's see here for the side of Omega if they will be banning the YSS. I think Omega is also meaning that they don't believe Brand Esports would be prioritizing
Yeah.
in first picking the YSS.
This
and
is a
that's
big
why,
decision.
Yeah, there's gonna be a big decision for the first 6 bands.
So if they
And we have a
don't
very
ban it-
eerie background music, huh?
I know it's so tense.
So tense.
Oh my gosh, like, we gotta chill a little bit because it is a big impact ban. If they don't ban it out and they give it away, that means they might have to adjust their draft into dealing with it. So
dealing with
here
it.
we go, Brand Esports. Will they go
I
for
forgot
that
about,
YSS?
I forgot about the Khalid.
Oh my
I would
gosh.
admit, I forgot about the Khalid for that part. But YSS is now open. Uranus, you'd have to choose.
Oh, there
Uranus
they
will be
go. They
chosen,
went
ladies
for
and gentlemen. They went
Uranus.
for the Uranus. Very, very stable. But Esmeralda YSS might be an option here for the side of Omega.
With that second pick, they have 2 picks there,
Yeah.
guys.
Or Roger.
Hilda.
Oh, I
Wow.
see. All right, they're not being obvious.
Yep.
They believe that they could still delay the YSS. There's still a lot of option on the carry role. You could still go with the Roger. You still go with the Roger.
This is a team that can
I think the Hilda
work
is
well
good.
with the Roger.
Yeah, I think the Hilda is good because with this kind of lineup, usually Uranus compositions tries to roll with very squishy supports.
That's true.
Because they want to put the tank position into the off lane, onto the side lane.
And they also want to maximize all the damage output
Yeah.
that can be provided by those supports. So you have a very solid frontline
Yeah.
wall, but it doesn't have crowd
Let's
control.
see. Let's see if this is a Valier now
Valier.
for the side of Bren Esports, or
Yep.
will that be too early?
Cho and Chang'e, no value.
Very interesting on the
These
jungle.
are very, very new drafts. That
Yeah.
you're gonna expect a lot of errors from
Yeah.
our drafting because again, these are what we're talking about is all hypothetical.
Yes, yes.
So Ling, I'm surprised it went through.
Yeah. So what they want is to actually make sure that Bren Esports wouldn't be comfortable in choosing the YSS.
That's true.
The show would be support.
Obviously,
Lusty
this
Cho,
is going
yeah.
to be one of those support shows that it's not no longer those Blade of Despair shows. It's going to be a show that's going to go with the Chang'e most of the time and roam around, become a tank support mostly, or try to be a tank.
All right, they're gonna be removing the Lancelot, not eyeing onto the Roger. You can actually, I'm not so sure about the Hayabusa. Was he touched by the patch?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Right. Get the Lancelot. I think it is a really good ban from Omega here. Kind of that feel that Omega now has a better control of this ban. Bren Esports could actually start targeting the tanks.
I
mean the side lane. I mean, they could actually. Oh no! They could ban Valier. Yeah, they could ban. They're now targeting the support. They're now targeting the utility support. They're removing the Cyclops here. Really good. No problem for Lusty to just go in and out.
That's right, and it's gonna allow Hajizi to become a little bit of a threat still. I feel like that might have been something that you can use to lock down the lane, but they don't want to go with that way. And it also will kind of slow down the Hajizi.
So yeah,
role
they did remove the Hayabusa.
because of the lack of star power lockdown.
Yes,
So
and yeah, what they want is the. They're very willing to give away the YSS, and I think that's
so.
no problem. I think if
if you
YSS
pick
chosen
that,
by Bren Esports, it will be
man, that's gonna die to the lane.
that's gonna die to the
yeah,
lane.
for
Yeah,
sure.
even
So
to the Esmeralda actually.
okay, so very tanky lineup still for Omega, I would say. I think they want to go for that.
Yeah, I mean
triple
that's
bruiser
Esmeralda
lineup.
against Uranus.
Yeah,
that's Esmeralda
that's
against
so
Uranus.
easy
Yeah.
to deal with. Even the Cho's not going to be able to use that Shunpo shield against this guy. So side lanes will kind of
I
matter.
think Valor is very risky here again for Omega if they choose it.
Yeah, that's not gonna have a fun time because
Yeah.
you have a Chang'e on the
Yeah.
on the enemy team.
Yes, you get Lusty in as well
Yeah,
on the show.
so range is gonna be a thing here.
We will have a
for
very
Omega.
unique support here.
For sure.
PNK, but I'm not so sure. PNK,
I like the lockdown. I like the crowd control for Popol and Koopa, but
but yeah, I think
it-
the dog will be easily deleted.
it will die immediately.
It will die immediately.
Yeah.
All right, that's
Loy!
Loy. All right, yeah,
Alright.
they could go for the flank. All right.
It's gonna be one of those engages where you don't wanna fully commit until all of the duality procs have been activated.
Yes.
And that's a very viable
But
strategy.
you have to be careful with the Cho. You have to be careful with the Cho. Now, let's wait for the utility support here of Bren Esports. And what will be the main carry here? Because I'm expecting the Chango to be onto the side lane.
For sure. It's never gonna be a carry
gonna be a
channel.
carry or
Only
support.
we do that on our team, right? Only we do the carry
I'm
channel.
we're doing the Selena funnel. But,
Yeah.
You know, when I play Chango, I play side lane, okay? I give way to Manji.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Are
I
you
give it.
sure? I feel like you're always getting resources from Manji whenever we play. But sure, I believe you. Here we go. Like I said, Claude, finally, because of the buff on the patch and the lacking of those big burst heroes, finally Claude is back in the MPL.
Yes. Wow. One of the biggest comeback.
Biggest comebacks,
One of the biggest manifestations of the 10-ban system. We got Claude in for the main carry, and that's carry position here for Bren Esports. And that's Kurt Z. Kurt Z Claude. Ladies and gentlemen,
that's
Kurt
scary.
Z. Kurt Z Claude.
Very, very scary,
Yes.
man.
Let's hear what will be one of the off lane here. What will be the off lane for Omega? Also lacking in off lane. You know,
Very much.
you cannot choose a Masha here.
Nope.
Oh, no
Um,
Yuzong? Oh my god.
Okay, well, let's think about it.
We'll have a very unique off lane here.
Unless they push the Hilda to the off lane, but looks like it's gonna be the Jawhead.
All right.
It's a bit of a risky. I would say it's a risky pick.
It's very risky in my opinion. I mean,
considering-
Jawhead might struggle against the Chango.
It will. It will struggle against Chang'e. It's gonna
Even
have a hard
clashes,
time surviving against Uranus and against a FAMS and if
Yeah.
they go 1v1.
Yeah.
So I wish they picked something a little bit more tankier in that offlane position, but
Yeah.
they can probably try to roam around.
Something with very hard engage, but I'm not so sure. Options are very nil.
Yeah, I know. It's so thin.
Close to nil. Yeah.
I can't even think about a good offlane anymore.
Yeah.
That's why they went to the jawhead probably.
Yeah.
So based on the draft here, Shinbu, I would say we are in for a pretty big roller coaster because this lineup from Omega doesn't even look like it's ready for 1-3-1.
The joint is good. By the way, I just realized Loyi.
Again,
Loyi joint
yeah,
combination.
it's
I
a
think
great
that
combo.
might be a good combo. Yeah, for that
But
part.
again, the problem with combos is that they rely a lot
Yeah.
on
Execution.
perfect execution.
Yes, and of course
Perfect all
the
time.
enemy team anticipates it.
For
Yeah,
sure. As long as you see them both on the same lane,
Yes, yes.
you know that everyone's
That's an
gonna
option.
run away.
Yeah, that's an option.
Yeah.
That's the thing about combos, guys. They're telegraphed, quite easy to predict. But let's see. This is where the pro in pro player comes in.
That's right.
What's your prediction?
And I'm predicting a very big, a very stable game here
Yeah.
for Bren Esports
Yeah.
and a very explosive one here for Omega. Let's get into the match here for game
Hey,
one.
you didn't predict for a team.
Oh, I didn't predict for a team. Okay, it's Bren. I think Bren's gonna take this.
Yeah,
Early game.
I'm voting for Bren as well.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
as long as the combo is not completed onto Omega, Bren is a very stable comp.
Yeah, absolutely.
opinion. I
They're
mean-
gonna last until the late game.
If you're
very well.
Esmeralda, it's very hard to catch the Claude.
Yeah, especially in the hands of Carl Teasy, one of the youngest prodigies of this game,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we're in this, and I'm already thinking about the farm of Hajis. I'm already looking at the pathing. Where is this lane gonna go to? But
Yeah.
looks like Fuse gonna have a hard time pushing out early game damage as they are getting hit on by Omega.
Yeah, but remember, the one who did the reaction here was Bren there very quick. Not just one, make that two. Goes for the dive here, done in by Rebo. And yes, that's 2 for 0. Quick onto the side of Bren.
Yeah, absolutely no problem for Bren. It looked very effortless. I mean, maybe they kind of forced Few to go a little further, just so it can become a little bit of a bait.
Yeah.
But it didn't become such a big problem for
I
them.
totally understand how Flap Z respond there and also Rebo, right? Because their life are pretty low, right? Their life are pretty low on that part. And that's already a given that you will respond onto the mid lane. I'm just surprised that they really did commit to go for kills.
Yeah.
I thought they just want to even out the health here. And man,
The
that's
thing
quick cash in for Bren.
The thing about that is they didn't even have that super long stun. They did not have hard crowd control. So it was just Omega willingly fighting into the slows
Yeah.
of Bren Esports.
And durability, by the way.
And the durability.
Of the
absolutely.
Uranus
The Uranus.
and,
You cannot
Thames,
do
yeah.
anything about that Uranus.
Yeah.
For now.
Especially once the Uranus starts spinning. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be a big problem here. Does Hajisi have the buff?
I don't think so. I feel like he's just missing out on a lot.
Oh, he got the purple.
He got the purple. That's
All right.
fine. So we are in here for another big one in the mid lane.
They're dancing around. There goes Guard Z. BMI in. Kites back onto hit. And the hit will be burned here by the members of Bren.
Yeah, Bren Esports looking a little bit more comfortable here with their draft, as we kind of predicted. They have that steady draft that doesn't actually rely too much on combo pieces.
Yeah, it's a composition that's quite easy to understand. You have durability in the front line. You have mobility for the back line against a Ling.
That's it.
And you have very solid wave clear. You have very solid pressure.
Yeah,
You know?
this.
Yeah.
You know this Chang'e can clear waves without a problem.
Yes.
And they will not. It's going to be very difficult for Omega to make a push.
Yeah. And if you're coming in from the front, enter through the front door, it's very impossible for Omega. You have to go through the Thames, you have to go to the Uranus, and you have to deal with the Chang'e ultimate.
Yep. Looking fun here. They're having a lot of fun, no? Bren Esports looking like they are just clearing waves, going to the side right after. And that's the power of their composition. I expect Carl TZ to be really, really strong here in this game at around 7 or 8 minutes.
Yeah, they surely will lose this turtle. The juggle here for Bren is quite wise. They have their buffs up for the turtle fight. Just in time for it to be expired. And I think they will still try to commit. There is the flickering done by Lusty. Way of the Dragon also delivered towards the face of Genji. As a few kites back, Kurtzy swings in. Had Jizzy along with Flapsy. Lots of Y in their names. But that's it. That's the death delivered against that Ling. And of course, answered for by his teammates. They exchanged the Tams 1-for-1 overall.
Okay, that was a little bit too deep for me, for Flap TZ. Maybe he got a little too excited. There wasn't even any big dying members on Omega.
Yeah.
So they're going to pay for that with a little bit of a kill. But overall, I don't think Rebo's going to go down here.
Yeah.
At
I mean, it's just providing vision. It's now establishing pressure. No lanes to worry, really. Because the top lane side, It's already pushed.
already wiped out
Yeah,
so well.
yeah.
And that just goes to show the power of Brent Esports on these side lanes.
Yeah, man. I'm not so sure. Things are looking so gloomy here for Omega.
Yep.
And ideally, you would want to take some few kills early for the lane.
At least, right?
At
Especially
least,
with that killing spree.
Yeah.
And then you're not utilizing it if you're not getting kills.
Yes. Oh my God. It's a lot of damage onto few.
Oh my gosh.
friend.
And right now, Lusty, he doesn't even need that fighter
Yeah.
emblem anymore. He's going to go for a lot of damage here onto Heap. He goes
man.
down really
They're
quick.
very much willing to take the control of Hit here. Doesn't have to worry about the durabilities from the Hilda. It's Lusty fully focusing his ultimate onto a support tank. Now for the backline, Flavzy close in towards Hayes. Kurtzy also saying goodbye. And what do you see? Nothing coming in from Omega.
Yeah, you know what I'm seeing, Shinbu? Nothing as well coming from Kenji. He is trying to farm while the rest of his team is getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
They might be allocating the wrong people to the wrong lanes. Because if I had the Jawhead on my team, I would ask that Jawhead to just go and help stop, throw people away, eject people away from the fight.
Eject people away from the
Right.
fight. Actually, what you can just eject would be the Uranus or the Cho. But my problem here is that, Pew has been getting down with a lot of pressure against them. Kurt Z goes for the backup. Actually, Carl Z
Oh, man.
goes for the backup and goes for the kill on Kurt Z. And SB gets destroyed easily by the Claude.
That had a lot of rhymes in
Yeah,
it.
man.
I like it. These teams really seem like they're built for each other, no?
Yeah.
So we are here and we are 9-1 in the kill score with a almost 6K deficit here.
Almost 6K
for
on the
Omega.
deficit. Yeah, this
That's-
is, we cannot sugarcoat it. This is
Yeah.
clearly a one-sided game. And again, I just want to emphasize onto few. Yes, guys, Chango can be countered by hard engage heroes.
Yeah.
But again, if the engage is completed, if you are not engaging the Chango, she will be just dropping, meteor missiles to you.
Over and over
Meteor
and
shower
over
just
again.
on the first kill should be
Look at
enough.
Lusty!
Look at Lusty feeding his feet
Dude!
onto the members here of Omega. Cool follow-up onto Few. Nice counter there onto the dispersion by Hayes. Still not gonna be enough though to defend this inner mid lane turret.
Man, you know what? When we came into this day, Lusty said we thought Lusty's gonna be like, oh, no more Kufra, no more Grok for Lusty. What's he gonna do? Apparently, Lusty is one of those guys that have
Yeah.
a lot of hidden picks in his pocket.
And apparently still, our pro players still does not check that brush on the side lane.
No.
Always! Nobody checks it.
No, I don't know why that's been
Yeah.
that's been a sickness of a lot of our pro players.
Yes,
right?
yes. If there's one thing that characterizes MPLPH, that side lane brush, guys. Nobody checks it.
Yep. Yeah, for the meantime, again, a lot of our especially Bread Esports right now, so happy with the results. Even oh my gosh,
My
Carl TZ.
God, with a sticker into the face, forced the flicker out against Hit. Kurtzy to the front line, knocking here under the inhibitor turret of Omega. They just want the minions came in, and Bren here, not actually pushing, just waiting for the minions. Goes for the inhib. Bitter turret here down for the mid, and Kurtzy and GC gets hurt as delivered in from the major shower of view.
Yeah, Meteor Shower is just so strong, especially if it's from one of those farmer, especially if it's from Few,
Yeah.
that did not get disrupted the whole game.
Yes.
Only skills for this.
Yes. I mean, there's a Jawhead. There's a lot of engaged heroes here, but that's the problem. This is a well-fitted composition. Lusty here, at least he did some nice position there to actually get the kick down, but of course he got punished quickly. Still, pressure from
No
Bren.
problem.
Textbook approach. They removed the top lane inhib. Gonna be removing this mid lane inhib.
We don't even have the Lord yet, and they want to finish the game
They can
already.
finish the game. They have a well-fed Claude. That's down to Kurtzy.
Oh my
This
God.
game 1 will be into the pockets of victory for Bren Esports.
So, Shinbu, let's talk about that a little bit. It's not even 8 minutes. What does this remind you of?
Well,
This
it's
reminds you something of way back then. I remember
Season 1,
season
Bren.
1.
Season 1,
right?
Bren. Actually curious.
Wow.
Kind of but feel that Bren will be winning really on the competition. I feel like Kenji was a force onto
Onto
that
that
Jawhead.
Jawhead,
Yeah,
yeah.
onto that Jawhead. The 10-ban system, guys!
Guys, so you
it's-
guys can see
Now manifesting itself.
what we're talking about, right? This is what we're talking about. These teams
Yeah.
are going to have so many big adjustments, and we saw the first one
Yeah.
by Bren Esports picking up the Claude
Yes.
to make up for that lack of damage output from Yisan Shin
Yes.
from Yuzong.
You have a lot of pressure.
So much.
You got
pressure.
Uranus. I feel like I'm very curious why Uranus actually. got through.
I know,
right?
I know.
Right?
3 bans and Uranus got through. I
mean,
know.
if you're planning on choosing the link, then maybe
makes
just ban
sense.
the Uranus.
Yeah.
But the main reason is they really want to maybe bait it in, burn the first pick of Bren, so that they could choose the Esmeralda, confident with the Esmeralda. But Lusty here is really good.